push pads.
I'll try. Put the mic, give me mic to hold on. You bring shipping on mic and all too.
No, but wait a minute, look the car, you know.
Forget it.
I will do it myself. I'll do them. Record it. Hollis, you ready?
Are you ready? Go ahead.
Okay.
Especially people from the news media, we're here to bring to the public's attention some challenges. Oh, I'm with Phil Weeks, I'm the chairman of Hatter Steel Orchestra, and with me is the captain and some of my other colleagues. This year is called to bring attention to a situation that we're having with the refurbishment of our panyard. As you will know, or should remember, in 2020, we were asked to make way for the expansion of the Lady Hills Avenue for the redevelopment of the Lady Hills Avenue project. Coming out of that, we had to make adjustments to our space, and that we also, because of the taking down the fence and all of that, we lost a lot of our equipment. All our tools were stolen, and we lost some instruments as well, and all of that. And we had been given the assurance that the place will be rebuilt starting from somewhere down in 2021, all that kind of area and stuff like that. Okay, we went along because we are proud San Fernandians, and anything for the development of San Fernando, and then especially Broadway, because we all are from this area, we want to see that progress. So far, the road has been widened, things are happening, but still we are still left in the dark because things are not happening for us. So we decided that, okay, we have been writing letters upon letters to UDICOT people, and that those letters, we so far may have gotten back about 2 responses from all the letters that we have written, and we were promised that when the project and the final plan has been completed, we would have seen a copy of it so that we could meet with UDICOT and discuss what we wanted in the plan and come to some kind of mutual agreement and understanding as to how this thing should be done. Suddenly we saw a lot of activity. Trucks came, tractor place thing, everything happening, and all of this was done just prior to the last local government elections. And we wondered, well, what is this? Okay, you keep writing the letters, and it reached to where work started on the project, and we still weren't informed, well, this is what is happening. We had to go into the space, although they were objecting. We went into the space and we took some pictures and take a look at what they were doing. And based on what they were doing, besides we already losing so much of our land space, they were building a stage area in the middle of the panyard. So that would have created even more challenge and displacement for us in terms of how we operated in this smaller space. Remembering too that early in the discussions, we were told that the residents from around the panyard would have been relocated, and the land space that we lost with the initial project, we'll be able to go further inward and reclaim that space, so we would have had a proper space for our band, which is a medium band. what they're doing there, if we had allowed to continue, it would not have been even sufficient for a panoramic. I had to use panoramic because as it is now, it's single pans, but I use in panoramic so that just to give you an idea of the small space that they were operating on, that they wanted us to operate on, which we were not happy about. Fast forward to now, somebody called on Monday and they requested a meeting, which we had with them yesterday, to have a view of what they were building and what we wanted. However, coming out of that discussions, we came to some kind of settlement in the areas that stage area that they were building. They were going to remove that and we're going to make some changes to what they are proposing. So we felt that despite the meeting yesterday, which we believe only happened because they got wind that we were having this news conference today, we still kept our promise to meet with them, and we had that meeting. So we're hoping now that everything going forward we will be informed of as to what their plans are. So we felt that we had already informed the media that we were having this news conference, and we were keeping it because I have, as the chairman of this organization, I have a responsibility also to my members who were always advocating for a noisy protest. We do not believe in that. We believe that with dialogue, anything and everything can be done with decency and in proper order.
Was anything actually from the meeting yesterday?
What's that?
Anything came out of the
Well, yes, as I said, some of the things that they were doing there that we were objecting to, they said that they will change it. As a matter of fact, they requested that we send out email outlining all that we propose to have done, and we're going to take this weekend to get a builder of sorts to go back there together with some of the members of the executive to decide this is what we really want to have inside the space, now that they have agreed to listen to what we're asking for.
So you're saying that over the years that you all have been removed, you all have been moved from your panyard since
2020.
Since 2020.
2020.
So between that time to now, you're saying that there's been no dialogue with Hatters and UDICOT regarding the kind of space that you all required?
We had some dialogue early, but there came a time when, especially in the building and refurbishment phase, there was no communication, and we had to be writing letters and sending letters and all of that.
But you're talking now about a stage that they were building, so that was done without any communication?
Well, we had a stage there, and in order to maximize the land space there, we said and we agreed that we will take down that stage. What we saw happening, and maybe after this we can go there and you all can see it for yourselves, they were making the stage even wider, which would have created more problems for us, because you're now going into a stage in the middle of a panyard that is going to take up some of your space that you're already strapped in this small space.
So what is the bottom line now? That they are going to remove the stage?
They're going to remove the stage, and we now, Hatters, will send to them what we want, which should have been happening in the first place. Because if you building something for somebody, they must have some input as to what they want. Because we know we in the pan business for a long time, and you must know what is the best thing for you given the space and all of that.
How long had Hatters occupied that space?
Well, the ban has been on that area since 1977. And since 77 the ban located there, and we have been there ever since.
But, and you talk about you all have been here on this is what can you identify this compound you all are?
This compound was the former Ministry of Works compound. They used to have an office here, and in fact they had work used to happen here. And maybe about 2 years ago, this place they removed this operation to somewhere in Davie, Okina, and for this carnival we were given permission to practice here for panorama.
But how is that working out for you all, this practice space?
Well, this practice space is not adequate because here is dusty. There's no lights on the compound, and we were given a generator, but in a panyard, especially with a stateside, which is a smaller aggregate of your band, you don't want to be smelling this gas all night. Just smelling gas. For panorama, the space is wider, it's open, and all of that. And we would have hoped, and we are still hoping, that this space should be given to hatters, because here the band can fit properly. We can spread out, we can do things. Some of the other spaces, as you see around, we could probably have some small businesses, and all of that can happen here, which will generate income for us. Over there, it's always a challenge.
So you'd prefer to have here rather than there?
Definitely, definitely, because when we take these stands and stuff over there, we're not sure how they will fit inside that space. But this will be the ideal solution to all our problems. But Yvonne and other media people, our biggest challenge is that the band is not growing as we would like, because of some of the residents from around that neighborhood there. Parents are reluctant to send their children. Schools in the area are also reluctant to partner with us so that they can come here as a school. We've been told by principals, we don't mind the children coming here, but they will come on their own through their parents, rather than come as a school as what is happening in other bands in San Fernando.
Yeah. All right. So it's stunting your growth, you would have said. Yeah.
Definitely. We
and
are
there are
stunted.
schools. How many schools wish to partner with you?
Well, we have there are the two St. Paul's Anglican schools. We have that. We have the SDA school right around there, and we had an arrangement with San Fernando West Secondary, and because of the same challenge. We had an arrangement with Laramie High that fell through. That would have been 2020. But we believe that it is better and easier to work with primary school children in terms of development in Steelband. The earlier you start them, we believe you can get them to adapt to playing and learning the instrument at a younger age rather than the secondary age. Remember, the minds are changing quickly. So we would prefer to work and build up a team with primary school children, and you have them grow and come through the ranks over time.
But Hatters has been a kind of a legacy band. I mean, you know, they have had a history in San Fernando. So you want to get back to that point?
Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about...
As a matter of fact, our intention, we're in medium category. Our intention is to grow the band so that back up to a large band. And if we continue to use that space over there, that will be impossible.
So in your email that you're going to be responding to, one of the requests would be rather than there to have the band in this space?
We will make an official request to utilize this space. We don't know if that's, but we're hoping that we will get through with that. And the powers that we can see the benefit of that. Remember too that this Lady Hills an Mbakade community. It's hundreds of children back here, no? You should go down there and see, like on a Sunday.
And what you think PAN could do to, because it's one of the high risk and depressed communities, and what you think you all can do as a PAN body to assist those children?
Of
What
course,
can be the benefit?
Of course, you know, Yvonne, that worldwide people recognize the value of music in the lives of children. It helps them grow mentally, and not me, it has been proven that people who indulge with music utilize a certain part of their brain that they will not normally use. And we believe that we can take children who may be heading towards the wrong path and transform them into decent and good citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, starting from right in the panyard here. And there's so many stories that can be told of children who were heading towards deviant behavior. Panyard changed them. And you know that too, Yvonne. Everybody knows that in Trinidad. It's just for people to understand that to get these things, the environment must be the correct one to have this happening.
Tell us a little bit how you see the pans under the tent, how it's affecting the pans and stuff.
Okay, well, under the tent here, if you walk
Keep watching
around,
this way.
you will see that there's a lot of dust.
Keep watching here, keep watching here.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of dust all over this space here, and it's not healthy for. It's not healthy for people. You may have somebody inside here who has asthma or something like that coming into the panyard, and this open space, there's dust blowing all day, all night. It's a challenge.
We're noticing that some of the pans are very rusty.
Okay, well,
That's a factor from being in the open space.
probably the moisture in the air, and maybe some of them may have gotten wet sometime when the wind blowing inside here.
And the rainy season has started.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen when that comes around, because this area here, the water probably, if they break out some of the holes in the walls there, that will make the water go on quickly.
So you have flooding here?
Yes, we have had flooding here. Sometimes this area floods. So.
Right, so we just need a photo now.
The thing that we objected to. Right. Okay, if you look from here, you will see the stage area that
My bargain is a
thing-
weak scar. Yeah, I'll go down with you. When it's down, I will show you this now.
Yeah. That's how the panyard going. It comes to here and it ends down there. The land that we lost would have been all this space and beyond there, so that we use this part here with our operation, because we had this space on this side. But now that we've lost that space there, it means that we cannot afford to have that platform, and they're making the platform even wider. So in the discussions yesterday, it was agreed that they will remove this from here and clean up in the back up there so that we can get more space around here in this to function. So this weekend we plan to be here and really go through this whole thing to make sure it it suits for our requirements.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. So you seen it there? When they extend that stage we have it and come and bring that here, that's a stage.
Yeah.
You can't do that here. You understand what I said?
Yeah.
The other thing is, you see that area there, from where that is, they're making that into a car park.
Sweet.
Yeah, that area there, they're making that into a car park. Now when you look at the space here, whether they move that stage or they pave here in gold, it is not going to increase the area of the space. And a medium band cannot fit in this space. The bottom line is, here is too small for a band.
That's it?
We get way too well.
Okay. All right.
I have a lot to say.
We could go back over there.
You want to go?
Good morning all, members of the media, thanks for being here. I have been observing what was and what is happening with the Hatters Steel Orchestra with regards to the redevelopment of the panyard and the entire shoreline development in Lady Hills Avenue. I must say,
Who are you? Identify
okay,
yourself.
Right, okay. And let me introduce myself. My name is Wayne Polaya. I have been a former chairman of Hatters. This project started under my chairmanship. What I am observing is that Hatters is being pushed into a corner, literally. Now, when the project began, we had no problem with regards to the expansion of the Broadway community and the Lady Hills Avenue and so on. We didn't stand in the way of the project. As a matter of fact, we went as far as to lend certain pieces of equipment that we had, water tank, a rack that they could have put the pipes and things on, to the contractors then. However, what I am observing now is that we are being forced into accepting a very small space which cannot accommodate a steel band properly. And we are told that, well, if you don't want it, you could find somewhere else. We are not prepared, and I am saying this, I must express, the views expressed by me are not necessarily that of the band or its membership. It is my personal view. This is going on and on and on, because when it started in 2020, it had to be shut down. Everything had to be shut down because of COVID, and that is well understood. As we went along somewhere in 2021, we had discussions with UDICOT, online meetings and so on. They did send a plan, a drawn plan to us, and asked us to make our adjustments as we see fit and so, which we did. We sent it back to them, they did the drawings and so on. We agreed under certain conditions. One of those conditions would have been, the project would have been started at this particular time then, in 2022, after the carnival season, and by September 2022, it would have been complete. The other thing is, the piece of land that we accepted then, we were told that that would have been phase one of the panyard development project. And as the project went along, when they're doing the marina and the whatever and so, the band space would have been extended westward. That issue came up yesterday at a meeting we had with them, and I was told, we know nothing, by the representative there, they know nothing about no phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3. This is what it has, and if all you don't like it, or you could find somewhere else, because all you need big space, or you can't get that in Zapan, or you could get that in St. Madeleine or Princess Tom or something like that. That is an insult to this band. Based on this kind of operation and the disrespect shown and disregard shown to this band, I want to take it on another level, because I was also told yesterday that they can't take, UDICOT can't take that decision. We have to see somebody higher than them. But I don't know who the higher person is, so I'm doing this with the hope that it will reach higher people. I am therefore calling. I am drawing to the attention of the highest office in the land, Her Excellency, the President of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, the Line Minister in charge of Culture, Mr. Randall Mitchell, all members of government at both levels of the House, upper and lower house, members of the opposition, the Mayor of the City of San Fernando, and the entire Council of the City of San Fernando. And in addition to that, I am also drawing it to the President of Pantindigo, Ms. Beverly Ramsey Moore, and her executive, Mr. Philip Barker, Chairman of the South Central Region of Pantindigo, and his executive, all San Fernandans, particularly the Broadway community, the entire Steelband community across this nation and around the world. So I am inviting you to keep an eye on this project as we go along. Because I am led to believe, and as I am saying, I am led to believe from what I am seeing, that one of the reasons that why we're not getting a bigger space which is available, which would have been the University of Woodstock, where we are now, where we are standing now. We are told that it belongs to HDC, and they're going to put up a high-rise building here and so. That is only, I am led to believe that that is an excuse. And I am also led to believe that the reason for that is because there are people inside of there who want to bring a large existing steel band from San Fernando into this community. So they will push us in a little corner over there and bring the big band here. When that time comes up to talk about this high rise, and so you will hear some kind of technical excuse that the land cannot accommodate the weight of the building and so. And then here remains an open space, and they may want to bring the big band. Now that is my belief. I must make it clear. I am hoping that I am wrong, but time will prove me whether right or wrong. I invite you all to join with me as we look on to this at this whole entire fiasco, because Hatters is treated with total disrespect. Thank you. I want that live. I want that rough. They got to kill me. Come here, call nobody.
Good morning to all. My name is Hollis Mitchell. I am the captain of the and just here to bring my views on what's happening. Right? Today we are here to express ourselves, the activities of Hatters and the development. Now, I want to talk on certain things that bother me, right? So we are here today to express ourselves on our views on that. So, with all that being said, we as a band believe that we are here to develop and to uplift our community. And we cannot do that unless we have our proper space to grow as a band. Right? What is happening to us since 2020, currently to 2024, is that the organization who is building or developing our yard is not liaising with us in the way they ought to. Right? And we have been trying to get certain discussions with them, and we have been ignored, right? So what we will really want is somewhere to function properly so that we could grow as a band and as a community, right? So we would like to say to the people who are in charge and San Fernando that we will like to hear from the people who are in charge more, and we believe that we could come to a solution and where we go from here, because where we go from here is a major interest to us, because if we don't get something proper or something good for us to function, then we could fall as a band, we could fall as a community, right? We would like to see that we have some way that we can grow and we can develop as a steel band and as global people and as the community of San Fernando West, right? Where we are here, you know, we ask for certain things, they didn't give it to us. Now we facing things like if rainfall can't be here, we can't practice. You know, we ask them to give us lights, to give us water. All them things wasn't done properly well. You know, they just drop a tank. We have to find water, pay for water, ask city corporation to come and fill our tank. They drop a generator for me to use as current. I mean, come on, this is a steel pan, we in 2024. You understand? This is how we just treat the national instrument. I mean, if we're doing something for us, do something with a little pride, do something with a little love, you know, you just give us, you know, alright, well, you take that. And I feel that in now, you know, steel pan develop all over the world, you understand? And look how we treat it, where it born and grow, right? And that is my problem. And what happening in San Fernando West, nobody in authority is coming forward to do anything for us. You understand? Everybody just listening and hearing and nobody not coming forward. And I want to say today it's time for us to come forward and really get involved with what's going on down here with us. You know, come and do something, come and say something. Keep a proper meeting with us, not we stand up at the side of the road or we stand up in the panyard, you know, dust flying, you know, rain falling. And, you know, you're having a meeting with the organization and it comes like you're having a meeting with yourself, right? Because, you know, nobody consulting us in a proper way. I know how you just do things and how you treat people matters, right? So, we in a position that we don't even know if all what they say will happen because nothing wasn't certified in pen and paper to say, all right, we will do this, or they sign, we sign, and they say, well, all right, we will finish this at a certain time and we'll start at a certain time, you know? And we're going back and forth with that kind of behavior from the organization who's doing this project for us. Because they will say they're doing it in June, and a whole year will pass, and then we will try to, during the year we will try to write them to find out, hey, all of a sudden doing this thing in June, look at September, look at December, you know, no answer, right? And every time we try to raise the voice, they come to keep a mama guy meeting with us, and assure us they will do this and they will do that, and then they go back to what they're doing before. So I want to say today, this morning, that, you know, be big, be professional, you know. When all they're doing something, or they're saying something, stick to all the word, you know, be a little more responsible, right? Because you can't be telling people you will do something and then nothing will happen. A lot of things was promised us, we didn't see it happen yet, right? And that is our concern. You know, they're promising things and they're not coming to scratch with it, right? And my main problem is nothing is on pen and paper as we speak. Nothing is certified, you know, and that is my main problem. So this last era here is that the people who in charge of this whole project, when I'm doing something, come with some documents, so we could sign on it and we could reason on it, and that will, for me, that will make me feel a little more comfortable, right? As one of the committee members and leader of this band, right? Because it come like we just, it's just a word of mouth thing, right? It's a mama guy thing we have to face all the time, right? And Hatters is a band in San Fernando where we develop and we did everything ourselves. We never get no help from nobody and we never beg for no help from nobody. And in 2020, development of the waterfront happened. That was notified to us properly. We just see a bulldozer come. When we come in the morning and they do what they have to do and they start the work. Up to now, nobody write a proper letter or a proper meeting to discuss, hey, this is what's going on here, this is what's going to happen, this way all it will be. Now, we would have thought, well, alright, all you're doing this thing, I will come to us and say, well, here we're going to do a piece of work. Let me see if we could get all your instruments and all your equipment out of the panyard. You know, get it safe somewhere, you know, put in some building, get proper storage. That wasn't done. They just come, they start the work, they leave the panyard open, we ride them, we tell them about it. Hatters lost a lot of equipment because of the responsibility of the contractor and the people who running this waterfront program. Right? Panorama come, the following 2 years, I think it was 2022, we taste a Panorama. We had to rent a spot with our own money by Gilgai headquarters. Right? When the urge of the Panorama reached, we couldn't function up there as a band because up there was a little too small for us. So we had to come back down to the panyard. So we have them to do a little refurbing work first so we could function there. Right? That happened like 2 or 3 days before the actual competition. So everything was tight. Right? So we there the day before a Panorama and we did perform and whatnot. After that happened, these people come like a month after and mash up everything. So what happened to us during the year? When we thought we would have stayed there until they're ready to fix over the panyard, that wasn't the case again. They come and they break down the shell and they mash up the toilet and so we can't function there. They unlock the water. You understand? There's cannot be current and all of that. We thinking, well, alright, they're going and start the work. Well, they did tell us they're going and start the work to move out our racks and whatnot. So we come over by works thinking that these people is going to start the work. But that wasn't the case. Right? So in 2023, the whole panyard was just deserted. So we had to go back by your guys here now, renting again to exist. Right? We write letters to them, asking them what it is going on. Well, they say all they was going to start the work. We see all they take down the shed, all they take, bust up the toilet, you know, and all of that. So we come here in 2024 now. We start to write them because we wanted to start the function. We send them the GAs at the preliminary for the Panorama, right? Like 4 or 5 months before the actual competition starts, even 23 into 24, right? And we ask them, we tell them, seeing that the panyard ain't going to be ready, we will like to function in the works compound where we is here right now, and we ask them to assist us in getting certain things so that we could function. Right? All we got, as I said, was a tank for disposable toilets, a tent and 2 containers, right? Like all we get. We didn't get lights, we didn't get proper running of water. They didn't come and we asked them to, pave the place a little bit from the dust and the sun until because we have a lot of members with asthma and all of that. Even if you don't have asthma, all of us could get you sick. We have these people for all of that. All we get was the tent, disposable washroom, a tank, and two container and a generator. Right? Now, look, panorama finish and the year start. Right? And how we functioning with stateside down here, bringing people children down here to function, all here that flood. Right? We ask them to even for the prelims at the panorama, here flood out during the day, so we have to wait and get the water out before we even assemble ourselves and the ones here and the soil. You understand? These people even say, well, alright, let me see if we can fix here properly. So when rain fall, it wouldn't flood up on these people. They just come, they watch, they bring things and that day and help get the water out, and that was it. They even come back and say, alright, what we could do for you so it could be a little more comfortable down here, and that is my problem. You understand? We in a big community here with a lot of youths and people, and we trying to elevate, and bring some kind of order, because Hatters is one of the most oldest and existing development and group in this area, right? We have Gola Hands, who probably started in 2004 somewhere there. I understand them had started, we have the Ambassador Travelers who started in 1990, Hatters started in 1940, wherever, you understand. So we is one of the most oldest groups that have in this area, and out of the 3 groups supposed to be able to, bring the place to a certain standard, bring a little energy, a little positive energy, develop the youths. I'm not seeing that happening, you understand? I'm not seeing it happening, right? I'm not seeing it happening. So you have a sample in the west area here, and no type of development in the area. You see nothing willing to sustain youths, to help the youths in any way, you understand? And that is one of my problems. You just have the place there and you just building road, they're building wherever. But what they're looking at, you understand? The developer area must do things, you understand? Sustain the things, and then what could bring the youths together, to bring the community together, and I'm not seeing these people not taking that direction, you understand? And that is something they should look at. You understand? People who are in charge of this area, that is something they should look at. Develop the community. How you doing that? How you developing a community? You understand? You have things what function in the community, try to help that thing to function better, so that could develop the area a little more, and it could sustain the youth a little more. That will pull down the crime, that will pull down the idleness, you understand? And you could grow as a community, and that's how communities are built, you understand? You do things to help the community, but what these people do to help Sanford and West, really and truly. You understand? That is my problem.